Vampire Stream. The Vampire Stream. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. And I'm back with some more boxing. You know I'm back. We had to do it. Randy Ridley, what up? Where is it exactly? Live from the UK, bro. Shout out you. Shout out to the UK. Good. I want more people from the UK to come because we got some questions. Got some questions today. At least me. Shout out to Brooklyn. The Vampire Stream. I'm waiting for YouTube to send these notifications out. Hold on. Oh, let me 1 second. Shout out to Stockholm, Sweden. Live in the flesh. DeMarcus Cousins is with the Warriors now. I've seen. Well, it's crazy, all these trades, and Rondo's going to the Lakers in addition to LeBron. Lance is going to the Lakers. Like, it's crazy. Then Cousins is a Warrior. Crazy, man. Hey, winter solstice is going ham. Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. He said the West is going to be crazy. Hell yeah. Western Conference is going to be clapping. Shit, the Celtics might be the leaders of the East. Who would you put over the Celtics in the East? In the Eastern Conference? I think the Celtics would probably be the team to beat. At least if the team stays the same. I don't know what all these changes. Who could fuck with the Celtics on the East? That's what I want to know. Celtics gonna take the East? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't think of the Vampire Stream. I can't think of a more well put together team on the East now that would be the ones to beat. Yeah, things shaping up, man. Definitely shaping up. Man, you two better stop playing and send out these notifications. We trying to do a vampire stream, you heard me? You got to see the meme for the Western Conference versus the East. Try to send it to me if you could on Instagram at Boxingego. Philly? What's Philly? Are you saying you from Philly, or are you saying Philly's the team to beat on the East? I'm just trying to figure out. Nah, it's the Celtics, dude. On the East Coast, the Celtics, they the team to beat. He said, haha, Ego, the Warriors outsmarted LeBron again. Like, yeah, motherfucker, you ain't gonna try to recruit the Avengers on your team. We making deals too. Damn, DeMarcus Cousins, bro, that's crazy. We already have KD. It's for to be a wrap. I don't like, even like, if you think about it, man. I still don't see the Lakers. I can't see how they could beat the Warriors like this. The Warriors is just too. I mean, we lost McGee. Like, that motherfucker tried to dunk in the finals and nobody was around and missed. And it fell hella crazy. Like, nah, bruh. Funny part, ego nobody wanted him except the Warriors. He called the Warriors and asked them if he could join. Nobody wanted him. Now everybody crying bloody murder. Of course, that's what this is what they did when we got KD. This is unfair. Like, KD's a bitch. Why did he go to a team? Shit. Why did LeBron leave his hometown team and go to Miami and then come back? How you like LeBron fuck around and is from Ohio and left the same team twice. So explain that. He's clearly trying to get a ring. You know what I'm saying? Because how you gonna leave your hometown team and do it twice? So you definitely exploring your options. You bouncing around. See, that's what, to me, I don't know what everyone else thinks. Michael Jordan is the greatest to me. I don't think we'll ever see someone that size do what he could do. You know what I mean? 6'6". Like LeBron James is big as fuck. Mike wasn't as big. He was 6'6", kind of wiry type of frame. LeBron James is like 6'8", wide ass shoulders and hella big. This motherfucker Jordan was doing this at 6'6" and smaller. He wasn't no 268 and whatever the fuck LeBron weighs. And then the thing why I rate Jordan, aside from like the Space Jam and the shoes and the stuff like kind of more outside of the court, is Michael Jordan. He wasn't bitch made. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he played in the league in a time where the league wasn't as soft, like the flopping and shit like that. Motherfucker got 104-degree temperature. He got 104-degree temperature and he's playing a playoff game. That's like unheard of. You like fuck around and die. Like, you know what I mean? I had pneumonia not too long ago. That shit was crucial. I could barely even walk up the stairs. Like this shit was crucial. You know what I'm saying? So any type of sickness, flu, any of that is not the business. And this man, he's playing elite level basketball with the flu. So I just think LeBron. See, the other thing about not LeBron, about MJ, is a lot of times, maybe until later in his career, but a lot of times early on, he worked with what he had. You know what I mean? The Horace Grants, he made Scottie Pippen on point. You know what I mean? Dennis Rodman came later and shit like that, but I think he kind of built, he was the star, and then the team was built around him, and he made people play better. LeBron and a lot of this new generation, that nigga was hungover. Stop it, ego. Nah, he had the flu, bro. I seen some behind the scenes video, like on a documentary or something. He looked real ill. Now what these dudes is trying to build these super teams. You know what I'm saying? Recruit people, and I go over here, you follow me. You know what I mean? LeBron, he tried to do it when he didn't have it with JR and Kevin Love and shit. He tried to get Wade over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jordan wasn't tripping. He built the team around him. He was the star. Everybody knew their role. Other thing is Mike, to me, always, and Kobe, but Mike, Jordan, and the Black Mamba, they both got more killer instinct than LeBron. Still got more killer. LeBron's a badass ball player, but sometimes he doesn't, like, you take the last shot. What the fuck you doing? Passing the ball. Look at when Jordan hit the jumper on Craig Elo. That motherfucker wasn't thinking about passing no ball. And we know Kobe Bryant damn sure wasn't thinking about passing no ball. Live and die by that, you know what I'm saying? But at least he got the last shot. LeBron James sometimes has a weird mindset where he will take the last shot, but then sometimes he'll fucking pass it or something. Like, why'd you give it to JR? Like, why would he get that? That motherfucker drank Henny, right? He like off Henny. He off that heme, and you gonna pass him the ball in the clutch game. Like, just decisions like that, I can't. That's why when people compared Braun to Jordan, I never seen that. To me, he's more like Magic Johnson than anything. That's why I see why he's going to play with the Lakers. He's more like he had that court vision and facilitator, you know, just all around good player. But I never seen when people were saying, oh, he's like Jordan. He's not like him. Do you watch hoop? That's what we talking about. What are you talking about? He get all the credit when they win, but hey, Tell Business is riding on y'all. He going in on this. He said they get all the credit when they win, but when they lose, he didn't have enough help. Man, his role players got to step up. Point blank. Period. He got more playoff game winners than both. He got more rings. He got more rings than Mike. Okay. Mike is 6-0 when it comes to rings. So fuck what you talking about. Once again, the game is different. The players are different. Mike was going against like fucking Detroit Pistons, the bad boy. So you asking me if I watch hoop? Do you watch hoop? That's a different. He's playing with the rough ass Pistons who all had nasty mindsets and shit like that. You know what I mean? He was in the league where you had big ass Karl Malones and shit like that. Stockton shooting jumpers. The game is different now. The game is a lot more. I even feel like it's even more like refs. You look at the refs now. The refs have more influence on the game than even back then. Because the refs back then, they used to allow shit to happen. Now the refs intervene and sometimes they fuck around and ruin a playoff game because they too busy like making the wrong calls and shit. Nah, you said Killer Instinct. Bro, I'm not finna argue with you. Your name is B Deal. Just let it be that. So you think, okay, so my question to you. You think LeBron has more killer instinct than Michael Jordan? Just point blank period. Is that what you believe? And you mentioned him passing. Fuck all that. Do you think LeBron James has more killer instinct than Michael Jordan? And then the next question is, do you think he has more killer instinct than Kobe? Prime for prime. Do you think LeBron has more killer instinct than Jordan? Because you see, this is, people want to argue, but then they skirt around the issue. Let's get to the bottom of it. Just like this Anthony Joshua. Let's get to the Anthony Joshua Wilder shit. Do you think Joshua wants to fight Wilder? Do you think LeBron has more killer instinct than Jordan? Okay, you just said no, it's a dead issue. So all that other stuff you're saying has no relevance. End of discussion. Yeah, does he have more killer instinct? And then we did all that, and you said all that just to find out the answer was no. Exactly. Damn, bro, I just made it work and you go hard, bro. Yeah, man, we just working. No, it ain't no hot seat. It is what it is. I don't think he has more killer instinct. So if we don't disagree there, then you just admitted he don't have more killer instinct, which I agree with. So that's what it is. Michael Jordan, every playoff or every finals, he won. LeBron at what PBC fight? What you mean? Oh, you talking about the ones in LA and shit? Oh, that's tight. I didn't think about it like that. Yeah. That is dope. But anyway, let's talk about some of this boxing shit. Ego, do you think 26-year-old is too old to start boxing if you train in 2 years when you were 19, stopped until 26? Me personally, I don't really believe in limits. You know what I'm saying? Everybody says something's impossible until someone fuck around and do it. You know what I mean? So, I don't believe in limits. If you're passionate about it, run with it. See where it takes you. End of story. I don't believe in limits. You know what I mean? Within reason. Like, I'm not saying a motherfucker who's 99 should hop up in that ring. But you're not anywhere close to 99. Shit. You know how many people told me this YouTube shit? What are you doing? You can't make no money on YouTube. This doesn't make sense. Get a regular job. I had that. But shit. Did I listen? Nope. I did my own thing. Much appreciated. I'm trying to get back in, man. Yeah, like, don't let people define what you can do. Only you know what you can do. So that's what I run with. Hey, Town Business is going ham on you. He says it's been a full week and yet no fight has been made. Nobody been stripped of their title. It's clear as day that Joshua doesn't want to fight Wilder. See, that's a great starting point. Let's get it. That's my sentiments exactly. Why was it this fucking rush last week? Oh, 24 hours, you must agree to fight Povetkin or you'll potentially get stripped. But then we have no announcement. We don't know when they're fighting. We've heard like, oh, they're doing drug testing. When's the fight? What is it? September 22nd? What's the venue? Like, where's the announcement? Where's the press release? See, Joseph Parker, Dillian White, y'all had the press conference damn near the next day with billboards and backdrops and all that made. So how you do that? How you make that fight that quick and have backdrops made and then do a press conference and face off and everything? Why we can't get the Joshua Povetkin? It's like they're trying to let the criticism die down or some shit. Because if they would have did it right then and there, people would have been like, oh, you avoided Wilder. So it's like they're trying to let it die down a little bit. Like, what are you doing? I thought he had 24 hours. What kind? See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I can't trust this. I don't think it's gonna be in Russia. I don't know. I don't think. Listen, I think it could have been in Russia if Wilder wasn't in the equation. I think it would have been in Russia. But since Wilder is in the equation, I don't think it'll be in Russia. Reason I said that is because if this motherfucker Joshua goes to Russia, which is technically on the border of UK and Asia, right? Then shout out to Make the Fights, $2 super chat. I appreciate you. He just says showing love. Much love to you. Thank you. Listen, if Joshua leaves England and goes to fight Povetkin in Russia, which, like I said, is on the border of like the outskirts of the UK and Asia, right? Then he will be ridiculed severely. Remember Bane in the Batman? Your punishment must be more severe. His punishment will be more severe because how you not coming to America for $50 million, but you willing to travel to Russia and deal with that? You worried about American judges doing you wrong and American refs doing you wrong, but you're not worried about Russian judges or Russian refs. So he can't, in my opinion, he can't fight in no Russia. Not that he can't, but it'll look extremely bad if he does. If you're talking about fighting in Russia and you don't have the same quarrels you have about American judges and refs you don't have over there. You know what I'm saying? And the same rule applies. What happens when listen, the timing is so bad for Team Joshua because the excuse that they made for not fighting Wilder, they said, oh, the American basically judges and refs be doing some funny style shit. But you look at Joshua's last two fights, and that's what I feel about the UK appointed judges. His last two fights had referees doing all types of weird shit. The Takam fight, Joseph Parker fight, right? I think even one of the scorecards in the Klitschko fight was hella weird. Like they had Klitschko drastically losing, and I thought he was winning from after Klitschko got knocked down, and then he knocked down Joshua. I think Klitschko won most of those rounds up until maybe later, right before the knockout. You get what I'm saying? Klitschko was doing damn well. After he scored a knockdown on Joshua, he was winning a lot of those rounds. Shout out to Joshua, Texas. I see y'all. He said the early morning boxing talk when it's like 4 a.m. out here. Yuck. So yeah, I think had it not been for this Wilder thing lingering, I think they probably would have fought Povetkin in Russia because I think there's more money in Russia for them to fight out there. I think the World of Boxing, Povetkin's promoter, offered probably a better deal if they were to come out there. So I just don't think he can do it because, again, if he fights in Russia, that's going to look terrible. Because how you not going to come to America for more money, $50 million, and then blame it on the UK fans and American judges and refs, but then you can fight in Russia. So I think they're going to have to schedule it in Cardiff or London or some shit. Because if he travels to Russia, then that shows you a traveling man. that shows you willing to travel. That just shows you willing to travel. You're just not willing to travel on to America for some wilder shit. So, yeah, man, it don't. This none of this is making sense. There's a strict, like stern, 24-hour deadline. The fight must happen. Povetkin's sick of waiting, and now the fans are waiting another week, and we haven't even heard it now. Why can't we have an announcement? Why don't you just make it all official? If we only had 24 hours. See, I don't think Team Joshua anticipated this much backlash from the fans. They didn't anticipate the YouTube channels that are worth a damn all uniting and having one voice. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody out here like remember when Tupac said at the MTV Awards, Death Row East, believe in it. He was like, in 1 year we outsold Bad Boy, LaFace, Nas, all the other bullshit. There's nobody doing better than the channels that are doing the best all see it the same way. You get what I'm saying? There's nobody like you look at channels that are calling it straight down the middle, how they see it, pointing the right fingers, putting the blame where it belongs. There's nobody who's saying the opposite that's doing better than us. Does that make sense to you? I don't know if I said that accurately. There is nobody that like name somebody who has a bigger channel than me that does commentary videos and they're saying, "Oh yeah, fucking Wilder's a bum bitch and he lost his pen and all this extra shit." So if you was speaking that gospel, you should be winning. You should be killing. You should be slaughtering my channel. You should be slaughtering everybody in the LDBC. You should be getting more views. You should be getting more super chats. You should be slaughtering Dante. But the fact is, it's not about, the people keep trying to relegate it. Oh, the American channel. It has nothing to do with American channels. It has something to do with tell the truth. Tell the truth. And from what I've seen, everybody's kind of in unison and is able to see what's going on. How is it that we all can see what's going on and we like this? Like it's getting to the point of like child abuse. Like I'm not even trying to be funny, but this is literally like me seeing a little kid and just like beating the fuck out of a little kid till they gotta call the boys on me. That's how it is with these videos, because I'm seeing people who are talking about the right things, and I'm not saying right, like there's only one right in most situations, but you know who's calling it right and who's calling it fair or whatever. And they're coming, the people that I see, that I have seen videos for, or people have told me, or I've got an overview of what they're saying, they're bringing up point after point. Like, hey, if we're waiting on Wilder, then why da-da-da-da? If Deontay Wilder's a hold up, then da-da-da-da. And they keep coming up with point after point. I'm like, God damn. Like, then I know I'm coming up with points. So I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, how are these other channels even rebuttaling what's being said? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, how are you rebuttaling this much fucking fact? You know what? I could give y'all an ego exclusive. I could body y'all right the fuck now in the stream. I was gonna save it for another video. See, this is like, I like to go shooting sometimes, right? This is just me loading up ammo. I have ammunition. I have magazines. They're just waiting. You get what I'm saying? Like when you go to the range, you're already ready. If you have your own gun, you know, you are already ready. You already got the magazine loaded. So all you have to do is pay the little money, go in there and get your little earplugs or whatever, and then you start bucking. Because you already strapped up, you already ready, you already know. You just go there, pay your little money, That's how it is with these arguments. Ego's Army, we already strapped up. We already got the magazine. You know what I mean? We already got the clip loaded. I got stuff on deck I haven't even revealed because I just sit and wait, and I wait for the opportune times because I'm a strategist. This ain't chess. This is chess, not checkers. That's what I meant to say. Someone said banana clips. Basically, y'all want the exclusive? I could body y'all right now. I was gonna save it for a video, but if you want me to body y'all if y'all want me to body, not y'all, but the haters, we could body them. Just put hell yeah in the comment section. If I get enough hell yes, I'll body them. Let me plug my phone in. I don't want no distractions. And my phone's about to die. I'm telling you, this is not what y'all wanted. I know that. They just regurgitate. Okay. I got something for them to regurgitate. I need a couple more hell yes. 5 more hell yes at least. See, I had to do it a cappella. If I get 5 more hell yes, it's on and popping. Once again, it's on. Like I said, I'm already loaded up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it? 5. Let's get it. World of Boxing Russia. This is their Twitter account. I've gotten several information about Russian fighters that are under their banner, including Povetkin, from their Twitter account. Right? So you guys can see it. Let me read this to you. We've come up with a very good financial proposal for Eddie Hearn to bring the Povetkin versus Joshua fight to Russia, as well as with our conditions if we host the fight in the UK. If we reach an agreement, if we don't reach an agreement until the end of the month, we'll have to get ready to go to purse bid. Right? The date is May 25th, 2018. Right? So you guys can see. And that's Ryabinski, who's Povetkin's promoter. So some of you guys are like, well, I don't get it. I still don't get it. I know you just read that for us, Ego. But what does it mean? Sure. Let me show you. He just said, I did May 25th, we have a package deal for Joshua to come to Russia or for us to go to the UK. We're willing to do either one, whatever works. If we do not do it by the end of the month, and that was in May, we don't do it by the end of the month, it goes to purse bid. Why did the WBA come out and say there's a 24-hour deadline with no talk of a purse bid? So what happened to this whole purse bid? Hey, block, add foul. Just block him. That's not even worth my time. Add foul, block him. Any shooter in the building. Just block him. Thank you, Ronald. So anyway, what happened to the purse bid? They said if we don't come to an agreement, both our team, we're the mandatory, you're the champion. If we don't come to an agreement by the end of the month, it's going to purse bid. Purse bid. That's Ryabinski. So what happened to this 24-hour deadline? What happened to the purse bid? At the end of May, he said if we don't come to an agreement, then it goes to purse bid. But then now they're saying there's a 24-hour deadline, and they don't even say nothing about it. They didn't say, oh, if you don't sign the Wilder fight within 24 hours, it goes to purse bid. They just said you have 24 hours and left it ... So I'm assuming that means if you don't agree with Povetkin within 24 hours, then you'll get stripped. So what's up with this fake deadline? And then on top of that, okay, there's a 24-hour deadline. Cool. It's been a week. So what happened to the 24-hour deadline? Why is Povetkin's people doing an interview and they're saying we're still trying to finalize? Right? I seen an interview and they said we still finalizing something. Let me try to read it. This is just embarrassing, people. Okay. So I think it's the promotional representative who did the meeting with Eddie Hearn a month ago for the Povetkin fight. I think he translates too sometimes. Alexander Povetkin, he's been wanting to fight. He wants to fight, and second to that, he wants to fight for a world title. He wants to get a championship fight again, no matter what happens. He's always ready. If not Joshua, then I'll fight somebody else for the title. Right? As to where the battle would take place, the Povetkin's dude said, we haven't had a confirmation, but there's still discussions on whether the fight will be in Russia or over there in the UK, but the date is set. That's being finalized. So it doesn't sound like they have all their ducks in a row. How do you not know? How do you have the date? Okay, I understand holding a date, but how do you not know if it's in Russia or the UK? What happened to the 24-hour deadline? Crazy. And then y'all motherfuckers try to blame Wilder. And on top of that, I remember seeing the Eddie Hearn interview, and he's like, oh, Wilder, they're taking a long time, blah, blah, blah. Povetkin's ready to go. Povetkin's ready to go. How the fuck is he ready to go, but you still have stuff to negotiate? How is there a 24-hour deadline, but we haven't had an announcement within 24 hours? It's too many inconsistencies, and y'all know this shit don't make sense. So we going to, you know, they say don't beat a dead horse. We're going to beat a dead horse. Then we're going to resuscitate them, and then we're going to beat it again some more. That's how it's going down. Because I'm sick of the games. I'm sick of the lies. And I'm a true boxing fan. I just want to see what the fans are owed. You know? And I told you guys for a while. You know, when it comes to it, at the end of the day, the truth is the truth, and you guys got to accept it. There's going to be some in this game where you win, there's going to be some where you lose, but you got to admit when you lost because the more you go on trying to convey to the public that you haven't lost, the worse it's going to get for you, because the world already knew you lost 4 weeks ago, and then you keep doing interviews trying to save face. And then that's where you actually end up doing more damage, because while you're trying to do damage control, it's actually creating more damage, which is the opposite of damage control. Do you get what I'm saying? Damage control is supposed to control damage, not create more. So as long as they keep pumping out deceit, falsehoods, it's going to get worse. Shit, can't be no peace. Fuck peace. Ain't no peace. Can't have peace till niggas get the peace too. Ego, you the best. Other chats mad at me. I'm an ego warrior. Let them hate. Let them be mad. Ego, who's the best current American heavyweight after Wilder? I don't know. You know, they got to fight. I don't know about American. The only person I can even think of right now is Gerald Miller. Who else? Anthony Brook. Ego, you need to do a boxing roundtable podcast again with 78, like the lit 2013 days, day one. And you've been following the channel for a minute. Shout out to you. I got blocked for pointing out the obvious. Listen, man. We'll set up. It's whatever the fans want. Y'all want to call in? It's not gonna. I promise you, it's not gonna change nothing. It's not gonna change nothing. People call in because see, talking through text, typing versus calling in, it's not gonna make your point more valid. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, reality is reality. So it don't matter how we could talk through smoke signals, through Pony Express, through telegraphs, through sign language, Morse code. None of that matters. None of that really matters, because if you don't have a fucking point to begin with, then you don't have a point. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter. Someone got clapped. I hate this room because if I don't... Someone said, I hate this room because if I don't agree with these bums in here, they kick me out. And he got clapped in the head as soon as he said that. Listen, these motherfuckers be lying so bad. I don't understand why you guys, like... Man, I don't tell y'all what to watch, who to watch, none of that. But I don't see how some of these people even have voices or channels in this realm. Like, when you see them lying, you see fans lying, you guys should call the shit out. He says, I hate it in this room, but you in this room. I don't know what it is for you, but for me it's 413. This is the vampire stream. You hate it so much that, like I said, it's bright and early for me. You hate it so much. You hate it so much that you choose to keep coming back. Then my shooters clap you in the damn head like JFK. Headshot, red dot. And then you come back under a fake name and shit. Like, you obviously don't hate it that bad if you're gonna keep coming back. Like, let's say I was a crackhead. What if I was like, goddamn Joe Rogan? And then I went to a drug dealer and I'm like, man, this product sucks. This shit don't be hooking my fix up. You feel me? And I'm like, man, this ain't no town dope, man. This shit suck. Right? I go home, I tried the product, and I say, I hate this. I'm a crackhead. Right? Then I'm not gonna keep going back to that drug dealer telling him how ain't shit he is, how his product sucks, how I'm not getting high off this. I got DG burgers, man, please. I'm not gonna do that. I would just find another drug dealer. See, I'm here to serve y'all. Get it? Drug dealers serve y'all. But why would you come back for this product if you don't like it? You're not getting high off this product. I'm sorry. If my product, even though I got that blue magic, man, I used to work for, you don't have a company. They don't own me though. I got that blue magic. It's 100% pure. I go get it. I put my name on. I guarantee it. My dollar, right? I got that blue magic for y'all. So if you don't like it, if it's too strong or you don't like the product, why would you come back? That's a product I represent. Blue magic is what I put out. It's like Pepsi. I guarantee it. You know? So why would you keep coming back for some blue magic if you don't fuck with? That's, you know what? That's some new shit, man. We got that ego blue magic. We might have some blue magic live streams, cause I know y'all fiending. I know y'all fiending. I got that blue magic. It's a name brand. You recognize it. It's like Pepsi. I guarantee it. My dollar. Right? But these fucking fiends be lying. And, man, this shit suck, man. But you keep coming back. Anyway, moving on. That movie by far is one of his best. Denzel's a beast. Didn't he shoot Idris in the head? He didn't even look at him. It just shot him in broad daylight. Hey, he was tripping. The motherfucker put it to his temple and wasn't even looking. Denzel's a fucking monster. I fuck with Denzel. But yeah, this Joshua Wilder shit is getting out of hand, man. It's getting out of hand. And all you had to do is tell the truth. You know what I mean? Shout out to Frank Lucas, the American gangster, the original. But, yeah, like, Eddie Hearn and them, they go learn. The Equalizer 2 looks dope. 4 a.m., damn ego, the hustle never stops. Man, hard body, we just working out here. Hard body. They always say Wilder, chicken legs, bump squad. He don't have a resume, but you don't want to give him a resume by letting him fight Joshua. See how stupid as fuck that sounds? Oh, Wilder, he fought 40 bums. this, I could understand a couple bums, but Wilder fought 40 bums. He fought 40 bums, but you don't want to give him his real fight with Joshua. You know what I mean? A celebrated champion. How's that work? Where they do that at? Don't even make sense. And then on top of these same motherfuckers talk about he should fight Dillian White, who AJ knocked out, all to prevent the Wilder Joshua fight. How does that make sense? Dillian White's good. He's a good fighter. But the fact is, he rematched from the amateurs, Joshua, and he got knocked out with, I think it was an uppercut. And he was just like scrambled, and he got knocked out. So how is it that you would sick Dillian White on Wilder and say Wilder's ducking Dillian White, but then you don't want to see him fight Joshua? These things clearly don't make sense. But motherfuckers didn't have no problem with Kubrat Pulev because he was a mandatory getting a shot. But Wilder as a champ, how's it a mandatory gets more respect and an easier golden ticket to the Willy Wonka chocolate factory, right? But then the champion can't get that. The champion got all types of, he got to run and then jump because it's hurdles. Why does he got that? Why Povetkin don't have that? Why Kubrat Pulev, Carlos Takam? You know what I mean? Explain that. Oh my gosh, slow it down. I just dissed you. I said, why he got to go through that? I said, Povetkin, Pulev, Takam, I attack him. Get it? Carlos I attack him. Oh my gosh, bars. Let's get it. Why he got to go through that? Carlos Takam, I attack him. Hot seat, get beat. Let's go. It just don't make sense. No one else has this path of super resistance bands and added weights and all types of shit added to their quest. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's say we're bench pressing and we put 2 plates on. And you guys get to lift it with 2 plates. Right? And let's say I'm hella buff or whatever. I'm like Arnold in his prime. Right? And I just look the part. I look like I could lift the 2 plates. So you're going to make my 2 plate. You're going to put resistance bands on it. You're going to put chains on it. Why they get to lift just 4 plates? And then I don't get to lift 4 plates, but it's supposed to be like a strongman contest. Why are you going to make it more challenging when I have to lift it? You're going to put chains on it. You're going to not have a spotter, or, you know what I mean? I can't get to wear chalk or glove. You get what I'm saying? Like, that don't make sense. And that's what they doing to Wilder. It's like Povetkin, Kubrat Pulev, Charles Martin, Dominic Brazil, everyone else get a easy ticket to the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. They, you know what I mean? Some of them, you could argue, didn't even earn it. But then the champion, who's been a champion longer than Joshua. See, people forget that. A lot of people forget that. But it's the vampire's dream. So I got to remind them. Joshua been a champion longer than Parker. See, you see, Parker has been a champion since December, maybe 2016. Off the top of my head, I don't know. Y'all let me know. I don't. It's weird how I just had these dates remembered. But anyway, I think it's right around there. And he's been a champion in there. He already lost his belt. He fought Joshua and lost it. All right, we got a hot seat. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to get this boy. His name is Mark S. He says champion longer but done less. Come on, ego. No, you come on into this hot seat. You about to get bodied. Listen, I keep telling you, and you guys want to play stupid. So I'm going to play stupid too. You in the hot seat. Your name is... See, I told y'all, the worst thing y'all can do on this channel is just recycle the same rhetoric that you heard. Because when it comes to it, you don't have a point. You think you have a point because you're recycling some shit, but it's not what you think. He says, bring it, man. Much respect, by the way. Let's get it. I told you guys fighters are almost victims of their circumstances, right? Now, you don't have to just be your circumstance. There's different ways to break out, but there's a lot of politics in boxing. So you could look at, hold on. Excuse me. For example, we'll look at, let's say, Canelo Alvarez. Say, oh, Canelo fought Floyd Mayweather by the time he was 23, right? I'm sorry, I'm just allergic to y'all bullshit. Canelo fought Mayweather by the time he was 23. Canelo fought Lada, let's say, by the time he was 25. He's 27 and he already fought Golovkin, right? Yeah, you can say that, but each story has its own, or each fighter has their own journey. Each fighter has their own path, right? Golden Boy put Floyd Mayweather on a ton of Golden Boy put Canelo Alvarez on a ton of Mayweather cards. They had been building him up. I remember, I think it was Floyd Mayweather. This is off the top of my head, people. I think it was Floyd Mayweather versus Victor Ortiz. Canelo was on that undercard. He fought against Alfonso Gomez. See? Human Encyclopedia. I got this. Right? How do I know that? I'm not on Google. I'm not on Wikipedia. I'm on Egopedia. So, they had been grooming Canelo to be a pay-per-view star. So, rightfully so, age 23, he got a Mayweather fight. He had the look. He could fight. He had beat like a Shane Mosley and stuff, and they had been putting him on Floyd cards, getting him experience. Girls liked him, whatever. So he got his opportunity. But then you look at, let's say, like Errol Spence. Errol Spence, let's say he's 28 right now, right? Off the top of my head, let's just say he's 28. You could be like, oh, but Canelo, by the time he was 23, he had already fought Floyd. Okay, the same thing doesn't apply to Errol Spence. And let's say Errol Spence's resume could be even more on point right now. The reason it's not on point now, or the reason it doesn't even have some of the names that you guys probably want, has nothing to do with him. It has something to do with the politics. It has something to do with Keith Thurman's injured. It has something to do with Keith Thurman doesn't seem like he really wants to fight him next. So you have to take into consideration the politics of boxing. Things, for certain fighters, certain things become a lot easier. They have like more of a direct route. Same thing with Luis Ortiz. If you put Luis Ortiz in there with the guys that Joshua fought for belts, I think Luis Ortiz or Wilder could have beat those guys. Block James Elmer. He ain't talking about nothing. James Elmer. James Elmer, you getting stuck like glue. Elmer's glue. Bars. Let's go. So that's the whole point. You saying, oh, Wilder hasn't done this and that. Yeah, but he's also privy to his situation. Joshua has a good thing going with the UK fans, and they put him in situations. But that's what worked out for him. That's his particular journey. End of story. I didn't stutter. Someone said, even Vlad. Every single person that Joshua faced for a belt, in my opinion, Ortiz or Wilder certainly had a shot to beat them. And I would say I would probably favor those guys to beat all of those guys. Now it's your turn. If you disagree with that statement, then use some examples and explain how and who would have beat Wilder or Ortiz. You can start with Ortiz. Tell me, would Charles Martin have beat Luis Ortiz? That's how Joshua got his first belt. Joseph Parker, would he have beat Luis Ortiz? Would he have beat Wilder? We waiting. Mark says, I get the politics, but how much concession would you make as a Wilder opponent? Assuming you were AJ, 3 belts, filled stadiums, pay-per-view, Wilder's situation is what it is. That's life. Okay, strike one, because you didn't answer anything I've said and you start talking about your own shit. So therefore, you have strike one. I am not reading any of your responses in detail unless it looks like it's the beginning of an answer to my question. See how they always want to switch gears? They never want to answer the question. Okay, what about this, Ego? If you were Joshua, what terms would you offer? Strike two. When will you answer the questions that I said? Ah, damn, my bad. I see how this works. I'm a new fan. Bro, all you have to do is respond to how. That's how most things in life work. Okay, so if you're in math class and they're like, hey, what's 2 plus 2? And you're like, man, 3 times 3 equals 9. You can't just be doing your own equations. The question on the board is 2 plus 2. You can't be like, 14 divided by 2 is 7. What? So you say, oh, I'm new. I see how this works. It's not. That's how life works. You can't just be the teachers teaching a certain curriculum. You're like, but PE class, I can do pull-ups. Like, motherfucker, we in history class. What are you talking about? You trying to do pull-ups in a history class? Like, this doesn't make sense. You talking about, oh, I get how it works. Mark, you slipping. 2 strikes. Let's go. Who has Joshua beat for a belt that you don't think they would lose, or these other guys didn't have a shot against them? Because you just talking about that's life. He said, ha ha ha, okay, this might be a strike 3. Do you mind repeating the question? What y'all think? What y'all think in the stream? What should we do? Just put him in timeout. How about that? Because you haven't said nothing crazy, but you're clearly stalling. Put him in timeout. He could come back as long as he's not tripping. But I don't know what he's talking about. All right, cool. That's done. He got a mercy because he wasn't too radical with it, but clearly wasting time. Listen, see, this is, people always want you to repeat the question, don't want to answer the question, because they know, they feel like it's entrapment. They know if they have to be honest and, okay, listen, when someone's asking you a truthful question and you know the answer, they know, like, okay, let's say you come on, see, I'm the king of analogies. No, I got to give you all this analogy. Let's go. All right. You're cheating on your girl. And then she was like, were you with your cousin? Yeah. You'd be like, okay, my friend sent me a picture. They seen you at the movies. Explain this. And it's a picture of you sitting next to a girl at the movie theater. But you just said you was with your cousin. So when people have you kind of caught, you can only do one of a few things. Either one, you can continue to lie when you're fully exposed, or you're going to have to answer the question and be honest. You know what I'm saying? So that's what these guys do in the hot seat. They know the answer. Someone said it's a Photoshop. I'm done. They know if they answer, it's not going to support or supplement what they've been saying. It's not going to support that logic. So what they do is ignore it totally and then just ask their own questions. Switch the subject, name call, deflect in some sort of way. You know what I mean? Someone said, wasn't me, Shaggy. Y'all tripping. That's hella funny. But this is what we always get in the hot seat. Once again, I'll do the question. Who did Joshua beat for a belt that you think other top guys like Luis Ortiz or Deontay Wilder had no shot against? Charles Martin. When Anthony Joshua fought Charles Martin, if you would have placed Anthony Joshua's name and put Luis King Kong Ortiz there, who would you think would win? If you replace Joshua's name and put Deontay Wilder versus Charles Martin, who do you think would win? Simple. Someone said Charles Martin. Yeah, okay. I'm sure you believe that. Ortiz would have bodied Martin. See, that's what I'm saying. And people keep saying, oh, Joshua, he's the A-side. He calls all the shots. Let's do the chronological order. Let's look at who he fought. That's how he got first belt. Second belt, I believe he fought Klitschko. Because he did title defenses against Molina, Brazil, and then Molina, I think. And then he fought Klitschko. He fought Klitschko coming off of a 18-month layoff. So over a year, almost 2 years, coming off a horrible performance to Tyson Fury. These are all facts. I mean, you could ask Klitschko himself and be like, hey, how did you look in the Tyson Fury fight? He'd be like, I look like shit. Like, I don't even know how. That was just my Klitschko voice. I don't even know how the motherfucker sound, really. I know that was like a terrible Klitschko. I look like shit. I don't know. I can't think of how he sounds right now. You know what I mean? But that's beside the point. You can ask Klitschko himself, how you look. Klitschko, how'd you look versus Tyson Fury? He'd be like, I look like shit. I look shitty. I don't know why his voice is getting progressively worse as this live stream goes on. I look like shit, I tell you. So he's gonna tell you he looked like these comments. I can't read these comments. I can't think of what the motherfuckers sound like right now. It looks like shit. It looks like shit. Klitschko gonna tell you look like shit. That's the moral of this story. He didn't look good. I'm getting delirious. I look like shit. Klitschko would I mean, that can't be his career best performance. He's put some good performance on. You know what I mean? Chris Arreola, David Haye. He's not gonna be like Tyson Fury is my best. I look like shit. Right? So that's my point. So yeah, that version of Klitschko, where he was at, coming off a long layoff, where he looked like shit. Right? Yeah, I think Luis Ortiz or Wilder had a shot against a 41-year-old Klitschko coming off a performance where he looked like shit. Right? That's how Joshua got his vacant belt there. And then his last belt he got versus Joseph Parker. Parker, I think he's good, solid fighter. But ever since Parker, first of all, fought for Tyson Fury's whole belt. Fact. He fought Andy Ruiz Jr. in December. Fact. He arguably didn't win that fight. Fact. Judges even had it a split decision. Fact. You get what I'm saying? So, how you even obtain the belt was potentially questionable. Some people had Andy Ruiz winning that particular fight. Fact. Because I remember watching it. And I remember talking to people immediately after. Some people had Andy Ruiz winning. That's how you even became a champion. Then you had other performers like Joseph Parker had Raz Kovujanu. He didn't look good like that. He didn't look good in that fight. Huey Fury was a YouTube pay-per-view, which ever since that time, I don't think YouTube's ever even done this anymore after that fight, because the fight was terrible. It wasn't a good fight. It wasn't a good performance. It wasn't a good fight. This is who Joshua fought for his unifying. So the first champion you fight to unify with is Joseph Parker, who's definitely, in my opinion, a good fighter, but done less than Wilder. Doesn't look as threatening as Wilder. Doesn't, you know what I mean, he's shorter than you as opposed to taller than you. Right? And he wasn't coming off of great performances. So, I would favor Luis Ortiz to have beaten that Joseph Parker too. Or Wilder. That's how Joshua. So the 3, or actually 4, I think he has IBO. The 4 belts that he has, that's who he had to go through, and that's what he went through to get it. Now, I'm not saying just any person could do that. It still takes a talent. Joshua still is a good fighter. However, block CJCR. They've been putting dumb stuff for quite some time. Any available shooter, please block CJCR. We have a fugitive on the run. Thank you. I've seen him putting too much dumb shit. Listen, I don't even feel like doing no hot seats. Not that I fear losing the hot seat. It's just, it's not even worth it. I'd rather just keep talking to y'all, keep reading y'all comments, the real comments, and that's it. But yeah, so those are the people. Those are the people that Joshua went through to get the. I know he was begging for a hot seat. We're not buying into that. That's the chronological order of who Joshua went through to get belts that he has. Listen, everyone, like, just to be honest, let's be honest here. Errol Spence, what would you rate higher in terms of how a belt was achieved or acquired, excuse me. Errol Spence going to Kell Brook's backyard, literally where he's from, Sheffield, stopping him and knocking him down and breaking his eye socket, his orbital, and taking the title back home. And then, then he fought Lamont Peterson, or Joshua beating Charles Martin in 2 rounds. What do you think had more implications per division? One person says Spence. What do you guys think? Errol Spence for sure. Spence. EJ. The truth. Exactly. Because Kell Brook, even though he came off a Golovkin loss, that was at a way higher division. That was 2 divisions up. He was still a beast as a fighter. He still even actually gave Golovkin some issue at 2 divisions higher. You get what I'm saying? 2 divisions higher, he gave him some work. So he was undefeated at welterweight, beat Sean Porter at welterweight when Sean Porter was the champion. So that was still a good fight at welterweight where Errol Spence fought him. So to me, I always try to put stuff in perspective. You know what I mean? Charles Martin, I had never seen what I've seen from Kell Brook. You know what I mean? Leading up to the Anthony Joshua fight. In fact, I can't listen. Okay, here's a question. I just thought of this right now. Name 3 Charles Martin fights before Joshua. Glasgow or whatever his name is. That's 1. Name 2 more. Name 2 more Charles Martin fights without Google, without BoxRec, without Wikipedia in the next 25 seconds. So I know you guys aren't researching it. Name 2 fights that he had before. I already said Glasgow. I already said that. So name 2 more. No AJ. So before AJ and Glasgow. So name 2 more. See, look, motherfuckers is Googling. Name 2 Charles Martin fights. See? You guys have proved my point. Ronald Finkley, he said crickets. Exactly. Name 2 Charles. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like when Triple G fought Dominic Wade. Oh, yeah. This is just mandatory. Yeah, but nobody really knows. Nobody was really just like, man, Dominic Wade's a dude in the division. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, that's not... Nobody really knew that. Like, Charles Martin was undeveloped or unproven or whatever you want to call it. That's just the reality of it. Now, if you said that to Kell Brook, I can name 7. He fought Carson Jones twice. He fought Vanchenko or whatever, the guy that fought Ricky Hatton when he unretired. He fought Sean Porter. He fought Kevin Bezier before Errol Spence. I could tell you a bunch of people he fought. Frankie Gavin, Jojo Dan. But when it comes to Charles Martin, I don't know who he fought. I don't know you beat, I don't know you lost to. Someone said the only Martin I'm familiar with is Martin Lawrence. I'm done. But see, that's what I'm saying. We could play this game all day. Even Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn, I'm not gonna act like front like I knew everything about him, but of course I seen the Pacquiao fight, and that was a major win for him. You know what I mean? It's Pacquiao. But I even seen the Randall Bailey fight, and he fought that dude Ali Funeka or something. I don't know how to pronounce the dude's name. So I had seen some Jeff Horn. He wasn't like no world beater. So Terrence Crawford moving up and fighting him, he moved up in weight. Plus, I had at least seen the Jeff Horn Pacquiao fight. Charles Martin, I did watch the Glasgow fight, but Glasgow looks like a cruiserweight to me. And his leg got all busted up, so it didn't even end traditionally. But before that, I hadn't really seen. I just heard about Charles Martin was coming, starting to get praise. Someone said what happened to Martin anyway. He's actually had some fights recently, but that's what I'm saying. No one really knows. I think he's fought on PBC cards in like Mississippi or something. And I heard he's gonna fight somebody. I don't even remember who, but it's on one of the big upcoming PBC cards. Hey, Block Al K. Block Al K. He trying to beat me at my own game. He trying to beat me at my own game, bro. You can't do that. You can't win. Just stop it. We'll just take you out your misery. Charles Martin walks this earth like a god. Hey, y'all tripping. that was funny though. He said, "I walk this earth like a god." That shit was funny. I admit that part was funny. Yeah, clap that boy, man. He ain't talking about nothing. See, they try to beat me at my own game, like with the logic, but their points aren't logical. Like that's the other thing. You can't just say some shit. Oh, he's like, who is Wilder beat? he said, who is Wilder beat except for this person, and this person? Like, bro, that's not how the game works. I said name who Charles Martin had fought prior to him fighting Joshua. Now, if you want to play the game the right way, he was like, name someone that Wilder's beat besides Bermane Stiverne, besides Luis Ortiz, besides this. No. If you want to play the game the right way, then the question should be, who has Luis Ortiz fought prior to Wilder? Who has avoided him? Those kinds of things. And I can tell you, Luis Ortiz beat Brian Jennings. He fought Malik Scott, right? He fought Dave Allen and stopped him. He fought Tony Thompson on the Saddam Ali Jesse Vargas card, right? So I can name what Luis Ortiz has done. I know people who, in my opinion, avoided Luis Ortiz. That can't be said about Charles Martin when he fought AJ, or before he fought AJ. He hadn't really fought no one that I know of. Exactly. Ortiz called out Fury and all we heard is crickets. We still haven't heard a response. But Fury made a video about fighting Wilder. But you don't even want to fight Wilder leftovers. Or at least you haven't made it public. So I'm going to assume you don't want to fight him. Luis Ortiz is still the boogeyman. Still. Because people know he brings a hell of a fight. He has the seasoning, the amateur pedigree, power in both hands. And he doesn't bring the money that you're looking for. So why would anyone want to fight him? It's unfortunate. But see, this is what I'm talking about with politics and kind of being victims of your own situation. It's very often that a B-side fighter, or because a guy's more popular or has a better resume, then they can just hold that over someone's fucking head like mistletoe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm Canelo. I don't have to fight Lada. Lada had been calling out Canelo for years. Charlos had called out Canelo. Demetrius Andrade had called out Canelo. But since he's Canelo and he's the A side, then they all have to wait and hope they get a shot. You know what I mean? Because that's how boxing works. Because Keith Thurman had 2 belts at a time, right? Because Pacquiao don't want to fight nobody young, hungry lion. Errol Spence got to just sit there and wait. You know what I mean? You got Danny Garcia and Sean Porter about to fight, but I don't know how badly they wanted to fight Errol Spence. You get what I'm saying? Sean Porter said he's not ranked or whatever, and then Danny Garcia made it look like Errol Spence had to do more. Amir Khan says he's down to fight everybody, which is cool, but he's fighting Samuel Vargas. You see, and this is the weird thing about boxing. You can't say, I want to fight Errol Spence. Okay, cool. Amir Khan just said it. I want to fight Errol Spence. Great fight. Let's see it. I'll fight Keith Thurman. Okay, great fight. But then you're fighting Samuel Vargas. So I can't really listen to that. Because even if you really want it in your heart of all hearts as a fighter, your team don't want you fighting that fight next because they made no motion to make it. You get what I'm saying? I just talked to Errol Spence after his victory, his last fight. It's on camera. And then the question came up, what about Amir Khan? He said he got Al number. Tell him to call Al. They don't get much more direct. But do you think Al got a call? Or do you think Samuel Vargas got a call from Eddie Hearn? Okay then. Miller Ortiz is a great matchup. Yeah, Ortiz, shout out to Ali Diego. Ortiz was the mandatory for Joshua. He said texted Al, called Sammy house number. Y'all are out of pocket and out of control. He said he texted Al but called Sammy's line directly. Same thing with Tyson Fury. I like Tyson Fury. I like Amir Khan. But what I'm saying is reality. Tyson Fury, he's like, Anthony Joshua, I'll beat you at 25 stones. And he's now saying he'll fight Wilder. But you just last fought Sammy Safari. You fought the white Sammy Sosa or whoever the dude's name was. You know what I mean? The bleach skin Sammy Sosa. So, you know what I mean? Call-outs are cool, but I still got to see it in motion. Who the fuck is Safari? Who is that? Jacob Tubb, what up? Hold on. So it said Jerry. I don't know if I'm reading this right. Somebody. I'm not even trying to. I think I'm delirious right now. So somebody said. I don't think I'm reading this correctly. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Whoo. I don't think I read it. Hold on. I don't know why this is so funny to me. I think because I didn't expect it. Somebody said Jerry. Hold on. They said Jerry Jones would not. Oh gosh. They said Jerry Jones would knock Amir Khan out. Who the fuck is Jerry Jones? Please tell me you're not talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Please tell me you're not talking about the Dallas Cowboys owner. Oh my god. The motherfucker said, yup. I just met him at the Errol Spence fight, so I guess that's why. I think that's why it's so funny right now, because he's an old ass man. Yeah, so I said he's 75. Oh fuck, he got them blue ass eyes. Oh my god, that motherfucker. I'm sorry, I don't know why that just hit me. Cause I was trying to figure out. I thought it was a new up and coming fighter or something. It said Jerry Jones would knock out Amir Khan. I thought it was like one of them UK boys or something that I hadn't heard of. You know, cause there's a couple up and comers like Josh Kelly, and they got names like that. You know what I mean? Josh Kelly, Joey Spencer, shit like that. So I'm like, okay, there's a new cat on the scene, Jerry Jones. And I'm like, wait a minute, I know that name. Jerry's World for the Dallas Cowboys. That shit. Oh my god. Robert Singleton is going straight to jail. Oh my gosh. That shit got like look. It's like a tear coming out. Fuck. That's hell. That's hella out of pocket. Whatever you put was out of pocket. Someone said he got that old man strength. Ooh. That's weird because I could stay in character. I don't know why that just hit me. Just hit me. Kind of got me. But yeah, fighters always do that where they call someone out. They call someone out and then they fight someone far less than the people they're calling out. And it's not because of like Errol Spence. You could say the same thing. You're like, oh, you called out Keith Thurman. How you fighting Ocampo? But we know he's not fighting Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman got his own shit going on. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with Errol Spence. Trust me on that one. Someone named Pal Heyman, so we already don't take you seriously. He said, kind of contradicted yourself, Ego. Apparently Wilder been calling out Klitschko, Parker, and all these other guys over the years. Then he fights Gerald Washington, LOL. Well, LOL, the joke's on you, and now you're in the hot seat. Because you said he called out Parker, which I made a video about that. That's when Huey Fury, right? Huey Fury pulled out of the fight. Parker went on to fight, I think, Raz Kovajan. He ended up fighting Huey Fury in the end, but he replaced him, right? Second of all, Gerald Washington was a replacement fight because the first opponent failed a drug test. So that's just someone that they had to get to replace. The next thing is, I didn't contradict myself because we're talking about scenarios where those guys have to want to fight him back. When have you ever seen from Joseph Parker's side put a direct link of something that Joseph Parker said where he said, I'm going to whoop Wilder's ass, Wilder can get that work, line him up, that type of shit? Because I could show you a video right now where Wilder did that, calling out Joseph Parker. So I didn't contradict shit. You thought I contradicted something. So when have you ever heard, usually like, oh, how's he going to call out Joseph Parker and then fight Gerald Washington? They want to be new media so bad. I try to tell y'all, they want to be new media so bad, but they can't do it because their points, if your points aren't logical or they're not making sense or they're not jiggy, then it's not, you can't do what new media does. So you let me know when you have that link from Joseph Parker, and I'm not waiting all day for my link. I'm not waiting all day now. Show me the link of when Joseph Parker agreed publicly to fight Wilder. Any fighter can call someone out. He's a champion. The onus is on him. I don't know what the onus is. It's on him to make the top level fights unify. Strike one. You ain't talking about nothing. Come on, Pal Heyman. Okay, so how... Okay. Here, since now you're going to get really bodied. So, you didn't answer my question, nor did you send a link. So, you already have a strike one for rebuttaling something else. 2, how does Wilder force Joshua to fight him or Joseph Parker when he was the champion? If Parker don't call Wilder out, that's on him. I ain't commenting on Parker. This is about Wilder's resume, not strike one. Strike 2 for thinking you didn't get strike 1 when I just bodied you. Strike 2. That is absolutely a strike 1 because you said ego. People could go see. So I don't know if you think this is Snapchat and your old comments are going to disintegrate or just disappear, but we can all see what you put. You said ego. You kind of contradicted yourself because you said Wilder calls out people allegedly for years, like Joseph Parker, like Klitschko, etc., and then he fights against Gerald Washington. Right? So now you're saying it doesn't have anything to do with Parker. But you are the one that referenced Parker. You are the one that said Wilder called out guys like Parker and Klitschko, yet he fights Gerald Washington. So yes, my friend, you do have 2 strikes. Okay. They want to be new media so bad. And then now it really should be 3 strikes, because what you said in the comment was even dumb. You said if Parker doesn't call him out back or respond to the call out, that's on Parker. So once again, we'll put the nail in the coffin. How does Wilder go about lining up these fights with Joseph Parker or like an Anthony Joshua champion when he's calling him out, he's making it known, a public issue that he wants to fight them? So what does he do next? What do you think he should do? Especially when the guy like Joseph Parker particularly showed no interest in rebuttaling. Just like Tyson Fury, how we haven't heard him respond to Luis Ortiz and his call out. So what do you want him to do? But then Joseph Parker made the fight with Dillian White with no hesitation. He was in negotiation to fight Brian Jennings. No hesitation. How does he go about it? Or get his team to make the fight like AJ did with Klitschko, with Parker? Get him out of here. If he got his 3rd L, his team ain't making no credit for it. That's a 3rd strike, bro. Klitschko is 41 years old, and he probably knew he was on the verge of retirement, right? Knew he was on the verge of retirement. So, yeah, AJ presented a monetary value, so he made that fight. But why didn't Klitschko fight Luis Ortiz? Boxing fans would have gave him credit for it. It's because Luis Ortiz doesn't present the piece of the pie and the type of money. So if you're going to take a dangerous fight, why not take a dangerous fight against a young, strapping fighter where you're going to at least get paid? Klitschko was 41 last year when he fought AJ. So you can tell me his current age, but that has nothing to do with when he fought Joshua, which is what we're talking about. That's a horrible analogy or whatever he was trying to make. The bottom line is Klitschko's 41. He knew that Joshua presented a threat, but he also knew he was going to get top dollar fighting a guy like Joshua because of how he's been built up in the loyalty of the UK fans. You get what I'm saying? But that's why you see moves like that. How come Luis Ortiz was not selected by Klitschko? Like, man, I just lost to Tyson Fury. I lost all my belts. I need to fight a guy like Luis Ortiz. That'll get back in the good graces, and that'll be a prep for a championship fight when I take one after this. But I want to fight Luis Ortiz first. Because ain't nobody trying to fight. And ain't no one trying to take no Luis Ortiz first, because you might not make it to the championship fight. Focus on your fight before you don't make it to your fight, like Terrence Crawford say. You know what I mean? That because no one's trying to take. That's why you see Golovkin fighting a fucking Vanes Martirosyan. Why didn't he fight Danny Jacobs in a rematch? Why didn't he fight Charlo? Because he wanted that Canelo bag. And you fuck around with Charlo, you might not make it to the Canelo fight on time. You might be late. You might not be punctual. He might have you looking bad in it. Same thing with Daniel Jacobs. Same thing for Billy Joe Saunders. You know, that's why he didn't select none of them. All fights that would have gave him more credibility. Even Derevyanchenko. He would have given more Triple G more credibility amongst boxing fans. But he's like, man, I could make fucking 38, 35 million versus Canelo. Cheating or not, I'm fighting Vanes. Vanes gonna get that work. Oh, he been on the couch 2 years? Perfect. Perfect. Oh, it's been 2 years? Oh, he out of shape? Perfect. Oh, what? Loeffler, don't play. Oh, he don't even fight at middleweight? Perfect. Yeah, he don't fight at perfect. He don't fight at middleweight. And he been off for 2 years. So we know the game. We know the routine. People don't want to take someone who has a chance to play huge spoiler before a big money fight. Klitschko, yeah, fighting Joshua is a danger for sure, and it proved to be a danger because he lost the fight. But that's why he didn't fight off of the Tyson Fury loss, Luis Ortiz, because that's a potential for a loss. In addition, you ain't gonna get anywhere near the money you'll get selling out Wembley. So I'm not saying I blame him, but that's the reality of boxing. You know what I mean? People are trying to, damn, if I got to fight this guy who could possibly beat me, we at least getting paid for it. Block Drill AK Benz. Get his dumb ass out of here. Drill AIK. Block him. Thank you. Ronald Finkley been clapping. He don't give a fuck about what you going through. Listen, and the reason he got blocked is because Drill said, I see this as a Wilder convention or some bullshit. But you notice how these motherfuckers always keep saying, oh, you love Wilder. You sucking Wilder's dick. Oh, it's all about Wilder to you. You love the bronze. They say all this stupid shit. But in saying all this stupid shit, notice they don't address the points that we're making that actually pertain to boxing. It's all, oh yeah, that's fucking Wilder dick, stroke it. Like all this weirdo shit. You know what I mean? So you did all that, but you still can't address these points. You still have no rebuttal for that. How is it that you're able to say all these extra ass words, but you ain't really saying nothing? Talking, but ain't saying nothing. Oh yeah, fucking, you like this bronze dick. You're dick riding that Alabama boy. Like, you said all that and you still won't answer the question. So we don't believe you. Nobody fucking with what you talking about. I'm talking about, oh yeah, I see. I came to the Black Channel. You know what I mean? Oh, the Wilder convention. This is where you guys meet up, huh? Always some stupid shit, but they not answering the questions that we asking. Fuck all the Wilder convention, sucking Wilder, all this stupid shit. Answer the question. That's how we put him on Front Street. The Black Channel, they all like Wilder. It's a Wilder convention, I think. It's like the Comic-Con of Wilder. They only have Wilder comic books. So, you know what I mean? Nobody, we done with that. Like, you're not talking about nothing. How is it you can say all this extra shit, but you can't even rebuttal the argument at hand that actually has something to do with boxing? I'm a grown ass man. I'm not really trying to talk about no dicks. That's just me. I don't know about y'all. If that's what you do in your spare time, cool. I can go the rest of my life without talking about another man's dick. That's just me. But some of y'all need that. It's like you fiend for that. Oh yeah. I'll be like, man, I think Wilder, I think he can stop AJ in the late rounds. I mean, he has an improved jab, and Mark Breland. Oh, you sucking Wilder's dick, aren't you? What? Like, what did somebody's dick have to do with this? You know what I mean? Like, no matter what you say, because you're giving your opinion, even if you're breaking it down and stuff, they still say that. It didn't have the nerve to say you a fanboy, that you this, but they the man fans, because you're mad because someone is breaking down their thoughts intelligently and talking about it. You're mad because someone feels that AJ and his side have created this lapse of why the Joshua Wilder fight is not next. You're mad at that, but you're not disproving anyone. You're just talking about dicks. So listen, we're gonna have a dick rule. If y'all is talking about dicks and sucking dicks and riding dicks, filth, flooring, and filth, you getting blocked. I'm gonna put you in the dick list. You just have to go, cause I'm not trying to. Like I said, I don't just spend my whole time talking about other dudes' phalluses and penis and shit. I don't do that. You guys can do that, but then you'll be on the dick list. And don't be, oh, you gonna put me on the dick list. You on the dick list. That's what you like talking about. So you go to the dick list. Prove I'm lying if I ain't correct. Exactly. Like, I'm not trying to, like, what, like, imagine if people, it's only in boxing. Imagine if people went through life answering questions how they do in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just would, boxing, there's certain shit just be happening. It feels like it's only in boxing. You can't be in no class and shit, and the teacher asking you to answer a question. What is 2 + 2? 4. Like, that's correct. Oh, you sucking math's dick. You sucking that mathematical dick. Like, what? Because I said 2 + 2 is 4? Oh, yeah, you love that arithmetic. Like, it's arithmetic. I call it arithmetic. Oh, you love math problems, don't you? I'll give you a math problem. Me and your ass. Like, what? What the fuck is you even talking about right now? You know what I'm saying? I'll shoot you. Just make it straight to the point. What are you talking about? Oh, you love math, dick. Oh, yeah. Me plus you equals us. Like, bro, what? Fuck is y'all doing? I don't know, man. I think I'm wired different, bro. I'm not one of these whatever boxing dudes. I cover boxing, make money online, keep it pushing, but that's y'all. Y'all be on that extra shit. I don't be doing all that. I want to talk. If I want to talk about Joshua Wilder, I didn't plan on talking about near one of their dicks, but that's what y'all want to talk about. Like, AJ should take the fucking AJ. You love Wilder's dick. Like, what does that have to do with, what is it? This shit don't even make sense to me. Shout out to Thomas Sapp, $5 super chat, 78 Sports TV and the Ego. The Black Channel. They got the best boxing time. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't get down, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't I really want to talk about the fights, the fight game. Like, what if Jim Lampley was on the fight game and shit talking about this? Like, the Gotti list. Oh, yeah, we're putting Glenn Tapia because his dick. Like, what? Brandon Rios. I'm on Brandon's dick. He's on the Gotti. Like, what are you guys talking about? Like, let's just talk about boxing. Please, can we? These dudes be... And then beta males be doing all types of shit. They be so insecure. Like, that must mean something. I just thought about that. That must really mean something if you just keep talking about that. Because that ain't had nothing to do with anything. The Vampire Stream. I'm glad y'all enjoy it, though. But what's up with that 24-hour deadline from the WBA? Okay. 24 hours. We still ain't heard it. Are they going to announce it today? Can we get an announcement? Can we get that announcement for Joshua Povetkin? And see, this is the other thing when it comes to this whole thing. Everyone's, this is a Wilder convention. Oh, Ego, you're so biased. And you're on Wilder's side. How am I on anybody's side when what I said fucking came true? Do you understand like that? Like I said, certain things I just noticed. I've been doing this long enough. I just see certain things that happen only in boxing. Like, let's say there's a meteorologist on the Weather Channel or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, in Southern California, it's partly cloudy. Skies and, you know what I mean, showers in the Midwest. It's probably going to rain in the afternoon. And then you go out and in the afternoon it actually rains. Do you get mad at the meteorologist? Be like, oh yeah, you love the rain. You sucking the rain's dick. Like, what? You heard me. You're sucking the rain's dick. You love the rain. But they said it was going to rain in the afternoon. You go out. You live in that region. You went out in the afternoon. Drip, drip, drip. It rained on you. And you mad at the meteorologist for telling you what was to come. Yeah, you love precipitation. You love the rain. You love when it rains. You want to make it wet. 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 You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to me. But that's the type of shit they do in boxing. I told you motherfuckers that Povetkin fight was next. Well before it was official. I said, I see them going the Povetkin route. I hope I'm wrong. but I see it going the Povetkin route. All of a sudden, Wilder's dick's in my mouth, pause, because I said something that came true. So all of you love Wilder dick. Oh, it's a Wilder convention. This is like a wild orgy. What are you talking about? Because I said something. It came true. You know it came true. And then it's some old extra shit. Like I said, just put this in perspective if this was regular life, like a weather channel, like I said. Meteorologist, it's going to rain in the afternoon, and it rains, and you talking about, you love the rain dick. Makes no sense. So we know what it is with these clowns. I told you Joshua Wilder was not happening next. Jacob Tubbs. Hey, Ego, relax. You dwell on shit for too long. You ain't no fucking camp counselor. Get the fuck out of here. Ego, relax. This motherfucker said relax. Like I'm just ripping my shirt off like the Hulk. Bro, you sound like Permit Patty. You relax. You go telling some kids selling water. We got this. I got my shooters. I got the army with me. We good. We don't need you, Tubbs. One tubby. He said, hey, Ego, relax. You dwell on shit. You sound like a snitch. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Once again, beta male. Motherfucker said relax as if I was just like, don't watch it. If I need to relax, how about you relax? Go relax and go watch a cooking channel. Go watch a Phil LaGreco channel or whatever you want to do. See, I hate y'all. Ego RB always start riding on the person. Someone said Teletubby. Ego Army, we really riders. We really be. Someone said Silly Tubby. Y'all tripping. Hey, someone said ain't no relax. Yeah. Teletubby. Yeah. You relax. Everyone always wants to orchestrate what's happening next, bro. No, you tripping. You the fucking calm police and shit. Hey, Ego, calm down. It's okay. There ain't no calm down. We don't calm down over here. We strap up. We're ready for the war. Okay. So it had that next Friday. He said, looking like a damn snitch. That's funny. Y'all are hella funny. Yeah, that motherfucker said relax as if I'm just like, like, it's not that serious. You the odd one, everyone else is laughing. Exactly. Sweet Pea, you sound stupid as fuck. He said you sound like you've been popping bottles with the Charlos. Yeah, I drink alcohol at 5:15 in the morning. That's just what I do. I'm Nicolas Cage and leaving Las Vegas. These dudes, they want my attention so bad. It's crazy. It's crazy. I could understand if I was slurring my words, if you couldn't make out what I was saying. That's not the case. I'm speaking to you live and direct, clear. He's like, you sound like you popping bottles. Once again, he probably a rat. He's like, sounds like you're on some drugs, you know? What type? Where'd you get the dope? You fucking rats. Y'all some narcs, man. You been popping bottles with what fighters did you say? Like, you an informant. Shout out to Alexander Wilson. $5 super chat. Streaming companies DAZN, Facebook, ESPN Plus are investing a lot of stock into boxing. How will this impact the future of boxing? Could be good. ESPN Plus, I don't really have a problem with them because Bob Arum's been putting some good fights on top, like even the top ranked card last week or whatever, a couple of days ago, Alex Saucedo. That was a good fight, and I think it was on ESPN Plus. So they're putting fights like that, but then they have the Crawford Horns, so they're putting on some good fights. And the price point, since ESPN is large, the price point is only $4.99 a month. So I spend that a day on coffee, you know, and I know I'm not the only one that buy coffee or go, you know what I mean, have a go-to spot or whatever. So ESPN Plus, I think that could last. Facebook, Golden Boys fights are going to be free, if I'm not mistaken. You could just go to Facebook, go to a certain page. I think that's how it works. So that's good because, I mean, watch it or don't watch it. You're not really having to pay. I don't pay for a Facebook membership. This ain't Sam's Club or something. So I see that working. You know what I mean? Obviously, the better the fights, the more exposure and the more lucrative it'll be for Golden Boy in main events. But we'll have to wait and see. DAZN. I don't know, because I don't even know who's on the platform. I know they're doing Anthony Joshua and Povetkin. I'm not getting it for that fight. Maybe later on, but I don't like. Listen, you got to start appeasing the fans in boxing. That's what it's getting to. Fans' voice are getting stronger and stronger. You gonna make what you want. Okay, that's fine. You the promoter. You know, people have been paid. Like, see, this is the thing. Wilder Joshua. Hold on, let me turn this down. Wilder Joshua has been a thing longer than people think. It's only boiled over and really started heating up in the last 8 months or so. But this has been going on to some degree in 2 years. People don't realize this. People don't put this in perspective. 2 years, yes, and that's not. And please print that. That's not a mistake. That's not a typo. That's not a misstatement. 2 years. That's what I said. People don't listen. People don't put it in perspective because I don't know. I don't know what level of boxing fan everyone is. I don't. So some people may have just been jumping on the board, like, you know what I mean? They caught up to it and they know the drama lately. They know what's been going on lately. But this has been going on to some degree, meaning their names have been synonymous and people have wanted to see them fight. For quite some time. So that's like, so when promoters start doing this, we gotta let it marinate, all that shit, we know that's lying because it's been marinating. Now, obviously, it's reaching a boiling point, but that doesn't mean it hasn't been marinating for quite some time in the minds of fans. Shout out to Alexander Wilson, $5 super chat. DAZN has a second season of the World Boxing Super Series. That doesn't matter because World Boxing Super Series is good. Still don't have no, like, it has good fan-friendly fights and good fights for the fan, like boxing fans. But what casual is familiar, and I'm not saying if they watched it, they wouldn't be impressed with it, because I think they could. But as of right now, name a casual, someone that you know, like just name their first name or something, that is not an avid boxing fan, and they're not a hardcore like us, that knows who Murat Gassiev and Usyk is and what's the date of their fight. You let me know. Because this is a reality. This is something you have to take. Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather didn't become the second highest grossing boxing fight on a fluke. The reason it did is because everyone knows who Conor is and everyone knows who Floyd is. And they built it up with the press tour. You get what I'm saying? So it's not. That's why it was so great. So the World Boxing Super Series, I don't know that that'll catapult DAZN. I really don't. Just because the people on there aren't like necessarily superstars in their own right. You know what I mean? What's his name? I think Maurice Hooker or Josh Taylor. You know what I mean? It's guys like that. Like I said, I like the tournament style. I have no problem with this series at all. But another reason I know this is because the first season, some of y'all didn't even watch the fights because I was doing post-fight videos and people didn't even. They were like, "Oh, they fought. Oh, Chris Eubank fought George Groves," and the shit was free on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The shit was. I streamed it myself on YouTube for free legally. Because it was on the World Boxing Super Series. They didn't get picked up by a broadcaster, HBO or Showtime, so they just put it on YouTube for free. And a lot of you guys didn't even know about it, so that's my point. And like I said, some boxing fans right now wouldn't be able to tell you when Usyk's fight. Somebody tell me the date right now. When's Usyk fighting Murat Gassiev? Tell me the date. Go. Right now. The longer you wait, the more I'm gonna think you guys are Googling it. What's the date for Murat Gassiev and Usyk? Look, I got shooters who cover boxing. They're always in boxing, always in the stream. They don't even know. So, again, that's cool. It's on DAZN, but a lot of people didn't even know the date. It's a good fight. I support it. I have no beef with the fight. That's not... See, some people listen to what I say and they think it's like I'm dissing or something. I'm not. It's a great fight. I like it. I want to see it. I was working on this. What does this say? What does that say? Somebody tell me. What does that say? Y'all didn't see the date? See? I told you. Ego Ali. I'm ready to back up every word I'm saying.
Speaking of Anthony Joshua, he's looking like a wrecking ball. Just kind of Kevin
This is me talking to Eddie Hearn.
Matches, and he's the king of Fight World. It's your boy Ego in the back with some more boxing. Bomb Squad! And it's funny to me that Heyman haters say Al Heyman, he just puts on mismatches and he's the king of cherry picks. But then they never really show you what they're talking about, right? You look at Amir Khan, who was a welterweight who got laid out. And then Charles Martin with those tight, sent him over there in front of 20,000.
Look at the date. June 26, 2016. Joshua beat Dominic Breazeale via 7th round KO yesterday. So, it even tells you in the description box. This was a day after Dominic Breazeale fight. Just to put it in perspective. And that's just when I made this video. And that was 2 years ago. So, I don't know. Maybe there's something I didn't cover that happened before then. So, a lot of people are going to let you, we got to let it build up and they're building it. No, it's been built up. A day after the Dominic Breazeale fight, I just told you. I made a video about it and it's called Wilder Calls Out Anthony Joshua. 2 years ago. Look. Deontay Wilder calls out Anthony Joshua. Let's make sooner now. Huge heavyweight fight, USA versus UK. 2 years ago. So this ain't nothing new. He said, let's make sooner now. 2 years ago. So all these motherfuckers are like, Wilder had the contract so long. What about 2 years ago when he was calling out Joshua? He had a contract too long 2 years ago? In 2016, huh? Did he had a contract too long then? Is that what you telling me? I don't think AJ is scared. I just think it's more of a business move by Eddie. It don't matter what you think. We don't know you, Tubby. Second of all, it doesn't matter because there's no way to quantify. All we know is the fight's not happening because of their side. That's what we know. So we don't know if it's fear, if it's business. We don't know what it is. The only thing you can do is guess around and try to interpret what you think is who's the culprit. But we do know it's their side that has created this. Anyway, that's a live stream. This has been great. I mean, there's nothing you guys can even do at this point to even convince me that it's not them. Because, once again, why is it so many different things said at different times? I just played it for you yesterday. It's like embarrassing. Like I said, this is child abuse, what's happening to you man fans. It's like literally beating a child down. And I actually feel bad because I don't want anyone to call CPS on me or on the Eagles Army or on my shooters. Because you guys, your points over and over. But Wilder had the contract too long. He had the contract so long. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of this stuff doesn't even make sense what they say. Like, okay, here's an example. Y'all want an example before I go? If y'all want another example, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? If y'all want another example, I'll give you one. I just need you to put hell yeah in the comment section. David, he want that. Mike, okay. King Corley, okay, let's go. Here, this is to prove what I'm saying. Wilder got on public record, social media, whatever, said Eddie Hearns, check your email, Anthony Joshua, the money's in the bag, 50 mil, right? Did the whole thing. World seen it. Made a video about it on my channel, particularly, right? Did a live stream. I was hyped. I was excited. 50 mil, the money's all here, money's in the bag. One of the earliest things that Eddie Hearns said, he admitted he received the email. He was like, "Oh, it's kind of weird. You know how you'd be doing all them faces." The email came from Wilder sent the email himself. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you good? Eddie, man, you good? Doing all these faces and shit. Wilder sent contract to my email. Okay. William Shatner. Wilder sent the contract to my email. I think that we may have a fight. Like, doing all these afflictions and shit. These Tourette tics and shit. But whatever. Enough of that. He admitted that he received it. One of the earliest things that he said was, "Oh, we need things like proof of funds. How we know the money's there? Proof of funds. I gotta prove that the money is there. And how do we know this is a true offer? And where did Wilder's team get $50 million? The black channels, they don't have 50 mil. You know what I mean? All this stuff. Money, money, money. How's the money there? How do we prove it? Secure funds. How do we verify the funds? How can we make sure this is no ruse or hoax or anything, right? Am I right? Do you guys remember that? Do you remember Eddie Hearn, Team Joshua side, saying all of this? I'm going to prove it. Just give me a second. Do y'all remember Eddie Hearn saying things like that? Oh, 50 mil, secure funds. How do we know? How do we know that it's $50 million? I got an email from some guy in Atlanta or Alabama or whatever. How do we know? Proof of funds, secured. How do we know the money's on the bag, Wilder? Okay, so people remember that. So I said that to say this. Here's where we drop the gavel. Here's where we drop the mic. We not no judges. Here's where we drop the mic. He said, how do we prove the money's there? How do we prove it's secure funds? There's no guarantee that it's real money, etc. My question is this. Why did you say all that? Put that in the public's ear, have man fans panicking, or not even panicking, rejoicing that they could use that as an excuse. And then all of that to only turn down the whole entire offer of $50 million because you don't want to fight in America. So, once again, this is what man fans do. They hop around. They jump around, and I'm not talking about House of Pain. They jump, and I'm not talking about crisscross. Why would you put that out there? Hey, how do we know the money is real? That's the lie that they're testing. How do we know the money is real? Yet, even if the money is real or if it's fake, you're not going to take it because you don't want to come to America to get it. Make that make sense. I'll wait. We'll do a hot seat before I get off. We'll do a hot seat right now. Make that make sense. How are you going to question if something is real, and whether it's real or not? You say you weren't going to accept it, not because of the amount, not because of the money, not because it's not real. You're not going to accept it because you don't like the location. Make that make sense. Before I get off, we'll do a hot seat right now. You said it was going to be easy. Shout out to Pito. He said, good morning. What up? Good morning. Have a good day. Make that make sense. Anybody have the balls to step up in a hot seat? Why would you question the validity of the money if the money, even if it was proven to be real, you're saying you want to fight in the UK because of UK fans. So it didn't matter if the money was real or not because you don't want to come to America. That's what you say is the biggest strike, which would be a non-starter for the deal. So make that make sense. This is what I'm saying. There's too many points like this. Okay, Marlon Johnson. AJ ain't fucking ducking. Cool. Answer the question. You're in the hot seat. Shooters, stand down. I got this one. No, we gonna use Marlon. That's the first person I seen. Look up, Marlon. Say cheese. Yeah, you better look up, Marlon. We got you up in this hot seat. So explain that, since you know so much. Marlon, where you at? All right, shooters, give Marlon 10 seconds. If not, we going to sweepy. Count to 10, shooters. If Marlon hasn't responded, then we jump into Sweet Pea. We gonna get one of these motherfuckers. It's over for y'all. I told y'all. I'll make sure I don't sleep. I don't do nothing but get y'all. Well, Wilder. Hold on. He responded. Well, Wilder need to sign the contract. Strike one. Strike one. Explain what I said. You said Wilder needs to sign the contract. That made no sense. Just block him. That's stupid. I just thought about that. You didn't even answer the question. You said, will Wilder need to sign the contract? So I asked you a question and you can't answer it. So you just said Wilder need to sign the contract. I just thought about how stupid your response was. That was dumb. Okay, Sweet Pea, you in next. We're just going to run through you motherfuckers like abandoned houses. So you next, Sweet Pea. You in the hot seat. You answer the question. Why would you question the validity of the money if it is real, if you have no intentions of collecting that money because you were not in agreement with the location? You're up. Don't duck. We're going to see. We're going to test your knowledge. Either you're going to beat me and stay in this stream or you're ghost. Sweet Pea, I'm going to ask you again. Why would you question if the money is real and put that out publicly, like as if you denounced it, like you didn't believe that it was real, if you didn't want to get it anyway because you don't want to come to America, where that's where they propose that? I gave you my answer. Was it a bluff? You have a question mark at the end of your sentence. You mutt you. How you give me your answer and it has a question mark at the end? Strike one. I gave you my answer. Was it a bluff? That's not an answer. That's a question. Strike one. How you give someone an answer with a question? Y'all dudes, this is looking bad. This your king? This is who y'all have representing y'all? That side of the argument? Okay. For more money. Strike two. You got to make this make sense. You just wasting time right now. We going to dispatch of you real soon. I'll ask again. You said for more money. That makes no sense. If you said you wanted 50 million, they gave you 50 million. You questioned if the money was real. Okay, block him. He says, Sweet Pea says bye. He's gone. I told you he didn't want to know. See, this is what they do. They run. They want to do drive-by. He said bye. Okay, bye. My shooters will get you. Thank you, King Corleone. Bro, this is who they have as their representation. You have Johnny Cochran, or you have this state appointed lawyer. You know what I'm saying? That don't know shit and look sleazy. You don't have real lawyers, bro. You have the one that they just give you when you broke and you can't get no lawyer, and they know you guilty. That's what you guys got representing y'all. Once again, I'm gonna answer it one more time. After that, I'm getting off because I've said my piece. Once again, Ego has the worst news media boxing live streams. Just a full-time pissing contest. Your regular videos are solid, but this format is pretty bad. But your ass is in here. Why? Okay, so why'd you come? You said the regular videos are solid, but why'd you come to the stream? Exactly. You see how they be mad, bro. Now you can't watch none of it because my shooter just clapped you. Now you can't see my solid videos or my shitty videos. You just got clapped. I told you, I found a way to beat the internet. You just gotta make shit make sense. Oh, your fucking channel sucks. Your regular video. So I just dropped like 3 regular videos yesterday. You're not on those videos. You come to the one video that is shitty with the shitty format. Tell me how this makes sense to you guys. This is the shitty version of videos that I put on my channel, and that's subsequently what you're here for. You're on my shitty videos, but then you said the regular videos are straight. But you come just to tell me the live streams are shitty, as opposed to just staying true and staying on what you like. These dudes, these dudes is corny. Like, ooh, I'm unsubbing. You don't have to tell me. I have 137,000 followers. I wouldn't notice. Oh shit, I have 136,999 followers now. What am I gonna do? I can't sleep like this, knowing I lost 1 follower. Why would he leave? Why would he leave the castle? Like, the fact that you have to tell somebody is just beyond me. It's pretty ridiculous. When I woke up, I had 137,000. Now I have 136,999. What heavens to Betsy? What will I do? Steven says, man, you're too emotional for this. I'm emotional. That's cool. What will I do? I lost a sub. Steven says I'm far too emotional for this. Motherfuckers always talk, oh, you're too emotional for this. You can't do it. You do it. Who's on your channel right now? Steven. Steven Tyndall. Steven Tyndall. How many people on your channel? I'm too emotional for it, so you do it. You do what I do. Instead of you watching me, let us watch you. When you gonna have a video up? When you gonna have a video up? I'll show it on my live stream. And we're gonna see. We'll see if you can do what I do. Cause I'm emotional. Okay, I'm emotional. You're right. I can't control these emotions. When you gonna have a video up? I can't do what you do, man. But you can critique. You can criticize. You can say I'm too emotional. So let's see you do it. Emotionless, right? You do it. You do what I do. Okay. Damn, y'all hitting him with the training day. Someone says, now you entertain me with your bullshit. Yeah, exactly. How many videos do you have? Yeah, I rest my case. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's a critic. Oh, you're too emotional. You're too emotional with it. Okay, you do it. You do it, and you do it your way. The motionless way. and we'll see. We'll see what feedback you get. We'll see what fights you cover. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, back to the point. Joshua, if they got offered $50 million, the first thing they said, see, that's what I'm saying. That's why it sounds like they're cycling through different excuses. Because one minute it's this, then it's this, and then it's this, then it's this. Oh, how do we know the money's real? And that's what everyone ran with, remember? All the fans, oh yeah, how do we know the money is real? We don't know the money is real. How we know 50 million real? It's 50 million. We don't know if it's real, right? That's all they said. How we know the money's real. But my point is this. Who cares if it's real if you're not willing to come to America to take it? You don't, that was the deal breaker right then and there. The deal breaker was you don't want to come to America. You don't want to fight in America. That's stripping your UK fans away from being able to see a fight of this magnitude. So therefore, you're not coming to America in the first one. Once again, before I get off, we'll see if we can lure one more person in here. Argue that point in the hot seat that I just made. If you complain that the 50 million wasn't real, what's the point if you were not willing to come to America at all to collect it? They completely exclude the 50 million but latch on to the 20 mil, but don't mention that that's 2 fights. Boom, booyah. Listen, where's all the people who disagree? The witness protection program, where are they? Explain this. Who cares if the money was real? Why would that be your talking point if you didn't care to see if it was real? Because the deal breaker was that it was in America, which they told you from the jump. You know, and a lot of times people do stuff like this in life. They'll make small talk. I'm not really about the small talk, but that's what people do. I'm not saying me. I'm just saying people. Like, for example, you ever get invited to go out and you know damn well, like you had a long week at work. You just want to kick back and watch Power or do whatever, drink a couple of beers. So you know you don't plan on going out. Friday's your day off. You don't really feel like going out. And then people are like, yeah, you coming to Rachel's baby shower on Friday? And you're like, oh, who all gonna be there? You asking these surface area questions. You know you don't care who's gonna be there because you ain't gonna be there. They invited you to go to the baby shower, but you know you don't feel like going to no fucking baby shower because it's your day off and you want to drink a beer, be in your boxers, and watch Power. You know what I'm saying? But people always do that small talk where they'd be like, hey, Rachel's having a baby shower. You about to go? She invited you. She wants us all to come. Oh, who gonna be there? Oh, they got a DJ and shit? You know you're not going. Do you get what I'm saying? You know you're not going to the baby shower. So why are you even asking questions, fronting like you have the notion to even want to go when you know you don't want to go? Oh shit, Rachel, is she still with Kenny? You acting like you interested, but you really not. That's the same thing with this Eddie Hearn shit. You like, oh, 50 mil? How do we know it's real? How do we know the verified funds and all this? But you don't care if the funds are verified because you don't want to fight in America because you don't want to strip it away from your fans. Isn't that what you said? So that's what I call kind of like promoter talk, small talk. You acting interested, but you're not really interested. How are you interested, but then, oh, is the money real? Is the money real? How we know the money's real? Okay, they prove it's real. What if he said, oh, we never asked for proof of funds. But because you didn't ask, because you didn't care if there was proof of funds or not, because you weren't coming to fucking America to fight under their terms with no rematch clause, fighting America. So you should have just said that. You see, they could avoid a lot of stuff. Listen, if Eddie Hearn, see, some people aren't even like good with their lives or whatever. If Eddie Hearn came out and said, I'm the A side, fuck what you talking about, we ain't fighting no goddamn America. If he wants to fight, he has to come over here. If that was the first thing he said, then you just got to be like, okay, he is the A side. Cool. and then you can move on from there. But see, what they want to do is they want to play both sides of the fence, and they want to put out certain things, and then that excuse doesn't hold up, so then they have to revert to something else, and then that doesn't work, or it gets proven wrong, so then they have to jump to that. That's what's making it look bad. That's the thing. If he would have said, "Oh, 50 million, that's a lot of money." I know we asked for it, but we should have said we wanted to fight in the UK only, because I talked to Joshua and we prefer to fight in the UK. But see, they didn't want to look bad. They didn't want to look bad because they knew they asked for that same amount of money, and then the other side came up with that same amount of money. They didn't want to look bad. They didn't want to look bad like, oh, we're turning down an offer. They didn't want to look bad like, hey, the amount of money we asked for is not good enough, because they tricked us, and now they want to give us the amount of money that we didn't think they can come up with, and they want to do it in America where they hold some of the cards and where they're part of the promotion or whatever. That's the problem. So that's what I'm saying. It just would have made more sense. Say, we the A side, we ain't fighting in America, not for the first one. If he comes out to the UK and knocks us out, then we can do it in the rematch. Period. We do the rematch in America. They didn't do that because, again, they're trying to protect their image. You can always tell when someone's trying to protect. Like me, I get on here and I sleep well at night because I'm not trying to protect the image. I am who I am. I always act like who I am. I know where I come from. I'm content. I'm so solid in that regard. So I don't have to remember what I said yesterday and memorize it, because what I'm saying yesterday is how I feel today and how I'm going to continue to feel unless something changes that. So I don't have to worry about it. I could just be myself, make jokes, entertain, do some impressions, tell y'all the news. I don't have to. I don't have to protect the image of life. You never hear me get on here and start acting like, you know what I mean? Like I'm Scarface, yeah, motherfucker, I don't give a fuck. I got bricks and kilos. I don't do that because I don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? We out here, we getting legal money. You know, I don't have to act like no, you know what I mean, Floyd Mayweather or yeah, I got a fucking yacht. I don't have a yacht. You know what I mean? So I'm good. I'm good because I can just be myself. I don't have to remember what I said the day before, because I'm me, and I know what I'm saying is true, and I know what I'm saying when I'm portraying to you guys. I really feel. So yeah, it's just a bad situation that they in, to be honest. Oh yeah, how do we know the money's true? Because you're trying to protect the image. You don't want to be the, damn, we asked for 50 mil and then we turned it down. You don't want to be that. So now you have to come up with something else. How we know the money's real? And then the fans start running with that like dumbasses. They start running, oh, yeah, we don't know the money's real. It's a fake offer. The email's fake. And all that to say, we wouldn't have took it anyway because we didn't like the location. All that to say, we never asked for proof of funds. So if you're not willing to ask for proof of funds, then what does that tell you? You don't want to ask because you don't want to know. It's that simple. And some people don't like brutal honesty. I do. I would prefer it. If a motherfucker's racist, I'd rather you just come out and say you racist. You might get punched in the face if you say, you know what I mean, say something disrespectful. But at the same time, I can at least respect your gangster that you just outright with the shit. You know what I mean? As opposed to some closet racist. That's closet racist. You the pussy of all racists. You know what I mean? A closet racist is the pussiest version of all racists, because instead of just letting it be known, yeah, I fucking hate, you know what I'm saying, and just saying it and burning crosses and all this shit, and then dealing with whatever consequences, you want to hide this shit. You want to act like you're really a different person than what you are. No, we not with that. Shout out to King Corleone, $20 super chat. Shout out to you, New Media or No Media LDBC, $20 super chat, gang. You know what I mean? So me, I prefer the upfront shit, even if it hurts my feelings. Hey, I'm a fucking racist. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. You a fucking, you know. At least I know where we stand. You know what I mean? Don't be smiling up in my face and on some snake shit. That's how I am. That's how I'm raised. That's just what it is. People want to be racist, but then they want to hide it. They'd be like, oh, they would fucking wear Mike Tyson draws, and you can have Evander Holyfield T-shirts and posters and shit of all these legendary black fighters who are no longer threats, who no longer fight. You could do all that, but you don't like no current black fighters. You always shit on every black fighter. How's that work? How you celebrate all these other black fighters who are dead or don't fight anymore? That's all good. But then, if it's Errol Spence, it's always negative. Charlos is always negative. Broner, always negative. Floyd, always negative. Wilder, always negative. We see through it, man. We know it is. Andre Ward, always negative. Okay. Gary Russell, always negative. Gary Russell, he fights like one time a year. Yeah, but what about how he just fought Joseph Jojo Diaz? You got to give him credit, because if he's fighting infrequently, which is true, he doesn't fight that often. But how he fight infrequently and still beat Joseph Jojo Diaz, an Olympian, was on the same Olympic squad as Errol Spence and undefeated, and somebody that Golden Boy had been, pushing to a degree, giving him Canelo versus Triple G spots on the card and shit like that. Okay. So, yeah, man. Y'all gonna have to ask yourselves these tough questions. And you can believe who you want. That's cool. But when it's all written, we'll see who's the last channel still standing, the last personalities in this game still here, still relevant, still making noise. Because all that bullshit, I told you, that's coming to a head. Because we not standing for it. We got to stand for something. And we putting our eggs in this basket with the Eagles Army shit. So, I mean, it is what it is. On that note, I'm out. Shout out to the Super Chats, all the love, shooters, all the fans, all the support, all the real motherfuckers who just care about this sport. There's a lot of good stuff going in, but there's also some, politics. Ego is the real channel. Everyone is trying to be you. Hey, I'm just me. They say imitation, highest form of flattery. I see people, they try to do their thumbnails like me.
My web search.
They try to be a little laid back like me. Tell a couple jokes. Okay. Post street fights on their Instagram like me. Step up their Instagram like me, because I'm the social media king, stream king. Okay. We know. They trying to talk like me now. Okay. You know what I mean? They try to infuse the humor into what they doing. But before they was square, and they talk like they had a stick up their ass. But now they trying to have the swag like me. Like TB ego, money ego. Okay. We see it. We live it. But they can't be me. Imitate. Can't duplicate. TC said they trying to grow their beard like me. Oh, they wearing glasses like me. Wow. Hey, Mitchell Grant trying to catch me slipping. He said, do the Earl Spence. Man, now. Y'all tripping. Early bird edition. Gang, gang. I'll be back later. Holla at your guala. Peace out, y'all.